It's shopping malls and it's agricultural land. And also one of them is buffaloes, which is most famous in my hometown.
Okay. What is the most interesting place in your city, Saibal?
Uh, its parking areas are most interesting. It is full with greenery and plants. So that's why that is the most interesting place in my hometown.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
Well, there are a lot of my hobbies which I like to do in my free time. One of them is sports that can be karate, and I also like long drive at night.
Okay, let's talk about food and cooking. What sorts of food do you like eating most and why?
Uh, I like a lot of food to eat. One of them is delicious foods and traditional foods that can be cakes, sweets, and traditional food is included kheer that is cooked by my mother. That is very delicious.
Who normally does the cooking in your home and why?
Uh, well, as I said before, that my mother normally cook in my home because I am a student and mostly I spend time in my studies, and when I free, I go with friends outdoors, and that's why there is my mother stay at home and she is housewife. She cook mostly cooking.
Okay, in general, do you prefer eating out or eating at home and why?
Well, I prefer eating out home because it is my hobby when I play in clubs and I go for shopping in shopping mall and watch movie in cinema. Then I prefer to eat from outside because I like spicy food and fast food that is easily available from there. And my mother cook simple food. That's why I like outside food.
So, do you watch cookery programs on TV and why?
No, not at all. I don't want cookery programs because it is against my taste choice, and I just watched programs according to my choice. That is sports, talk shows, and dramas, plays, serials. That's why.
Okay, now in part two, I'm going to give you a cue card topic. You have 1 minute to think, and after 1 minute, you will have to talk for 2 to 3 minutes. You have cue card within your cell phone. Okay, 1 minute is over. Start speaking.
I'm gonna to talk about my Chuka topic, that is describe a house or apartment that someone I know lives in. Well, here I would like to mention that there are several houses which I know, but the particular house which here I would like to mention is my friend's house. That is situated in Islamabad in the suburb area and outskirts of Islamabad. There are a lot of things which I would like to mention here. When I couple of days ago I entered in her house, there was a splendid scene for me, and still there is a lasting impression upon me because there was a big garage, outdoor rooms, and there are four stories and lawns, balconies, and there are a lot of other luxury lifestyle things. One of them can be gym, and also a lot of other planting style. But most things which attract me is his showpiece. I would further mention that I don't like such type of houses because where we live in such a country where there is difficult for people to eat bread and butter, and there is another class which is enjoying each and every facility of modern life. So this is a great disintegration, stratification in society. So I would prefer to live in small houses according to their interest and choice. That's all.
What kinds of homes are most popular in your country and why is this?
Well, both types of home are popular in our country. That can be included apartment as well as houses. But mostly people live in houses because there are easily available land and they live in bricks houses.
Okay. What do you think are the advantages of living in a house rather than in an apartment?
Well, there are a lot of advantages in living in a house that can be there is a wide area, courtyard easily available, and neighbors, and also your parking areas and your garage, which you can easily move, and that is your particular your own ownership while living in house.
Do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in and why?
I think so. Because rented house are. Sorry, sir, repeat the question, please.
Do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in and why?
Well, I prefer to buy a place to live in because there will be satisfaction of your own that you are living in your own house and there will be no extra burden to pay every month rent and other charges and there will also a status to live in their own house.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of your interview.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Good night.
Okay. एक और इंटरव्यू लेना है हम खुद से. Okay, this is the next interview on book. This is book 11 and page 56. I'm going to take your art speaking interview. Uh, what's your name?
My name is Salma Khalid. Khalid is my surname. You can call me Salma.
Okay, what's your educational qualification?
My education is inter.
Okay, tell me something about the area where you live.
I live in Sahiwal city and I live in the Sahiwal main area, on Masdoorpuri, and in my house is the heart of the my city area.
So, what is the most interesting place in your area?
In my area, most interesting place is Hussain Shopping Mall. It is located the back side of my house, and it is a very nice place.
Okay, let's talk about friends. How often do you go out with friends and why?
I mostly often go with friends on weekend because I was free in weekend, and so I prefer to go with friends and enjoy movies, cinemas, and shopping clubs, and that's why I go weekend.
Okay. Tell me about your best friend at school.
In my school, I have a lot of friends, but I mention Afresham. Afresham is my best friend, and she's very good girl and a kind girl, and she has soft nature and straightforward behavior. That's why I like a person the most, and she's my best friend.
How friendly are you with your neighbors and why?
I friendly with my neighbors because my neighbors is friendly with me too much. So that's why I friendly to my neighbors because it's a good thing.
Which is more important to you, friends or family, and why?
I prefer to both of is important, but family is much important for us against friends.
Okay, now in part two, जी बैठिए आई फ्रेंडली आई एम आपने नहीं लगाया, ये स्ट्रक्चर की मिस्टेक है आपकी, ठीक है ना। और उसमें जो है, जो बीच वाली आपने सारा क्यू कार्ड में किया, तो एक्चुअली वो पास्ट में आप बता रही हैं ना कि मैं ये जा गई और इस तरह करके, ठीक ऐसे ही है ना। तो आई वेंट टू बीच, और आई गो, एक जगह पे आपने बिल्कुल भी इस्तेमाल किया है, यानी कि उर्दू लफ्ज़ यूज़ हो गया आपसे अनकॉन्शियसली, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने सुना था। आई गो विद माई फैमिली, आई वेंट विद माई फैमिली, और कूल डे, यानी हम बोलते हैं कूल डे, कूल डे ख साउंड इस्तेमाल करनी चाहिए। कूल डे इज गिव अस, तो ये स्ट्रक्चर की मिस्टेक है, कूल डे गिव्स अस होता है, कूल डे गिव्स अस। उसके बाद आ गया जी, वी टेक फूड, वी टुक फूड, ठीक है। वी टेक अ पिकनिक, वी इंजॉयड अ पिकनिक, वी पिकनिक ले जाई तो ना जाती, वी इंजॉयड अ पिकनिक। विंडी डे, विंडी बार बार इस्तेमाल किया, तो उसको ज़रा यानी कि प्लेजेंट वेदर यूज़ कर लें, ठीक है ना। द विंड वाज ब्लोइंग सो फास्ट। जॉब्स के बारे में आपने कहा जॉब्स इज इफेक्टिंग, तो जॉब्स इज इफेक्टिंग नहीं कहना था, जॉब्स आर अफेक्टेड बाय, jobs are affected by different types of severe weather. Sometimes if it is too hot, so our duties would suffer. Anybody can suffer a lot of problem because of the hot weather. Some people are very weak, or they have not good immune system, so if they have to work in very cool weather or very hot weather, they may, these types of weathers can affect the working. इट इज़ मस्ट बी चेक्ड, तो ये भी रॉन्ग स्ट्रक्चर है। तो यानी ग्रामर की मिस्टेक्स हैं, आप बोल पा रही हैं, ठीक बोल रही हैं, क्यू कार्ड पे आपने 2 मिनट से ज़्यादा बोला है, लेकिन उसमें आपने सिर्फ टेंस की मिस्टेक की है, यानी ग्रामर की जो मिस्टेक्स हैं वो आपकी ज़्यादा हैं। अगर आप थोड़ा सा ग्रामर को सेट कर लेंगे तो आप भी बेहतर हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। जब ये आसाम तशरीफ़ ले आए आप। आपको हम ये मौका देंगे कि आपने सिर्फ क्यू कार्ड पे बोलना है, क्योंकि बिल्किस का है टेस्ट, लेकिन जाहिर है कि स्टूडेंट आए तो उनको एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व करना है, तो आपने क्यू कार्ड पे बोलना है, अपना क्यू कार्ड रेडी कर लें, जो भी आपको व्हाट्सएप में मिला है ना। हाँ, जो वेदर वाला जी।
last year I went to the picnic on Murray in summer. Hot, uh, Summer is a hot weather, so I decided I went to the picnic with my friends. I I went to the picnic. Uh, I went to the picnic. I went to the picnic with my friends. One the whole days was very hot. One day, suddenly black clouds are coming and having rains, having rain. So the weather was very good. It is cool for it is cool than the other days. Other days. So I go to the I go to the I go to the hills, and I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this weather. I take some food. I take some food, and I
Try. Shabash, shabash. Good. Shabash, shabash. Try to speak very hard.
I take some food, and go. I really enjoy this day.